Our story today is why Cow and Egret are friends. The opening proverb is, "Rat does not eat the food of someone that is awake." Once upon a time in the land of animals, there was a serious drought. However, in the previous year, the harvest was good for yam farmers. Cow was a yam farmer, and his barn was still full of yam tubers. Tortoise and some of the other animals had run out of food and had to go far every day in search of food for their families. Tortoise was not happy to be doing this tough work. As you know, Tortoise likes to use his brain more than his hands. Therefore, Tortoise started to think of how to do less work to get food for his family. He knew that Monkey climbs high up on trees and can see what the animals had in their barns. So, Tortoise went to visit Monkey. He asked Monkey to tell him those that had full barns. Monkey told him that Cow still had plenty tubers of yam from last year's harvest. "Monkey, we cannot be in the river and have soap burning our eyes," said Tortoise. Continuing, he added, "Why should we be going so far away daily in search of food when we can help ourselves by collecting a little food from Cow's barn?" Monkey liked this idea. So before daybreak the next day, Tortoise and Monkey, each carrying a long basket called Oba, went to steal yam tubers from Cow's barn. Tortoise stayed with their baskets behind the barn, while Monkey climbed inside the barn. Monkey started handing over yam tubers to Tortoise to put in their baskets. While Tortoise was supposed to put one tuber in his basket and the next in Monkey's basket, he began to cheat Monkey. He was putting more yam tubers into his own basket. As dawn approached, it was time to go. Unknown to Tortoise, Monkey had handed over his last yam tuber to Tortoise, who assumed that Monkey had gone into the barn again. Monkey, hanging on the barn fence, was shocked to see Tortoise putting his own, that is Monkey's yam tuber, into Tortoise's basket and using dried grass to cover it. Monkey jumped down from the fence and accused Tortoise, saying, "Shame on you, Tortoise. I've never seen a thief like you. One of these days you will be caught stealing." To this, Monkey answered, "Toad that calls his fellow toad welcome." They started quarreling, and Egret, who was sleeping in his house up on a nearby tree, woke up from the noise and heard everything. Tortoise and Monkey made up and shared the yam tubers equally. They got home before other animals were up and about. In the morning, when Cow went into his barn, he was shocked to see that thieves had stolen some of his yam tubers. Before he could raise an alarm, Egret came knocking on his door. He told Cow that he had seen Tortoise and Monkey sharing their loot. Egret advised, "Cow, pretend that nothing happened. It is better to catch them red-handed. I will be your lookout. Next time they come to steal, we will catch them in the act." The yam tubers that Tortoise and Monkey stole lasted them 2 4-day weeks. Egret had also been looking inside Tortoise's barn and knew when he had run out of food. So Egret informed Cow. That night, Cow, Egret, and their neighbors did not sleep, because rat does not steal the food of someone that is awake. As usual, Tortoise and Monkey got to Cow's barn before daybreak and immediately started stealing yam tubers. When their baskets were half full, Cow raised an alarm and
"Who gave you the right to steal our yams? You will answer for this tonight!"
Tortoise and Monkey were bound hand and foot and dragged to the village square. King Leopard asked Parrot, the town crier, to invite all the animals to a meeting at the village square. When King Leopard came to the square, he scolded Tortoise and Monkey for their evil deed of stealing in their community. He then punished them and said, "For your punishment, you will replace the number of tubers stolen from cow. Then you will bring the same number of yam tubers to my house, which will be shared by the villagers." This is how he who had hernia also developed swollen belly. After this incident, Cow and Egret became close friends. Even till this day, we see Egret riding on the back of Cow and sometimes whispering in his ears, "Chapi! War!" The moral of the story: 1. Do not steal. 2. If you see something bad, do not keep quiet.